Well, hi everybody, and welcome to my shop. I'm working on this 1968, I think it's a Ford Mustang Car Radio, which suffers from fading after being on for a while. And I've got it apart to this point here, and I got stuck. I couldn't get it apart any further, so I posted the video, got some interesting comments, some things about maybe the dial has to be set a certain way for the front to come off, and also Bobby pointing out that I've left in a couple of screws here, and maybe that's what I'm struggling against. There's one here. There's one screw here, and there's one on the back here. So I think the next step is to try to get this front to come right off. So let's see if we can do that first. So I think this will slide out. Okay, there we go. That just came right out. Not a big deal. This little paper slider cover, put that there. Now maybe this has revealed more screws. Yes, there's two more screws I can see down here now. I was kind of wondering about that. Let's take those two screws out. Yeah, lots of things are like this. You have to get them partially disassembled to find more screws to take out. Usually hidden behind bevels and other things. Now, let's see if that did anything. Oh, look at that. I gotta release this clip here. That looks like a light bulb. Ooh, that's really contained in a little cardboard boxy thing with a little window on it. Wow. Okay. Okay, now I can see that if this front panel comes off, it's interfered with by the pointer here. Now, looks like I might be able to pass it right around the end here if I move it all the way to one end. I can figure out how to do that. Oh. Wow, there's a lot of metal junk in there, boy. Metal dust and stuff. Well, I sure don't see how to get that apart still. Oh, the whole unit comes out. Yikes. How does that work? Wow. Okay. Yikes. So, here, have a look at what's going on here. Maybe with a close look it might help me too. Just have to get my camera in my hand in the right way here. There we go. Okay, so that little clip there appears to hold that shaft you can see coming off underneath on an angle. I must have a pin that comes up through, and then that clip goes on it, holds it to the arm that has the pointer on it. That's the pointer going out the front there. There, you can see the pointer there. pointer appears to be clipped and then soldered in place. So another option would be to remove the pointer entirely from that. Now, how's that all going to help me? What's hooked up to what here? Here's a good look at that light. Light in a can. The cover probably just slides right off. What else can we see here? I just don't know what I'm doing here. There's more things restricting it anyway. All I really want to do is get the board out and separate it open so I can get at it. I don't think I should bend that, eh? Bend the pointer would be a bad move, I think. A little worried about the fact that I can't turn the tuner and move anything anymore either. Not happy about that. Something about pulling all the buttons out. Can't see how that helped at all. Does it come apart any further? This little blue plate can be taken off. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's see if I can do that. It's just on with some clips. Yeah, it really looks like you can just pull that right off. This piece right in here, this blue piece. Man, if I got something to grip that with. I don't know. There it goes. That's one clip out. I think this is going to help. What would really help is if I had some instructions instead of just trying to figure this out. And I remember the first time I took a telephone apart. It was a Princess telephone. And I must have spent an hour and a half finding out where they hid the screw. Very clever. You know what? That one, you don't even have to take that one out, I don't think. Look at that. Okay, I got out this blue filter. Well, that didn't help 100%. There's just another structure behind it. Oh, there's the gap. There's the gap. Right there. Right through there. That's the gap. So let's see if, if I can get this pointer to move anymore. I discombobulated the mechanism here somehow. Nothing tunes it anymore. Yikes. Got all these buttons pushed out too. sounds bad. Didn't like that sound. Hey, how did this get way over here? I didn't see that even happen. Okay, I just had a horrible thought that there's a string in here that connects the tuning. Doesn't look like it. Okay, now, so this whole piece is really quite loose. So I think if I can get this front panel off, we're done. So it is all about that pointer, and it's all about getting that pointer over to the other side of the radio. Hey, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can slide this whole piece off here. That should really make a mess of things. It still feels... There we go. There it goes. Huh. How do you like that? Another step down the road to who knows where. Good thing I put this on video, because I think I might have to watch it to figure out how to put it back together later. Now, I think this will just come right up. Smokes, man. It's really coming apart now. What is going on over here? I'm just holding it. I think it's this green wire. Okay, so I think maybe we can flip this back this way. Let's see. Get just enough clearance here. There it goes. Okay. There it is. Wow. Okay. Now I got the radio really even better. Look at that. And this guy's got to get reconnected in here somehow. Wow, I got it apart completely here. Oh my gosh, it's just full of metal filings. Wow. They must be metal filings, because let's see if I can get a good shot of it so you can really see what I see. It's pretty unnerving. Anything with this much metal filing in it. Let's see. You can see them here. There. Now you can see what I've been talking about. Metal filings everywhere. I wonder if this is normal for a car radio, or this is really indicative of some kind of, body work going on, and grinding, and just all this metal in the air. It's far-fetched that this much metal would work its way into a radio because of some grinding going on, say, around the front bumper. This looks much more like something that took place over a long period of time, or maybe happened a long time ago in the life of this car, and this is what it looks like after many, many years. Not so much on this part, but I think this part is vertical, so be on these upper surfaces where you would tend to see this. But wow, what am I going to do about this? I think I really got to try to get it out of there. I guess you could ask yourself, so what? There's a bunch of metal in here. Does it really matter? It almost looks like sand, doesn't it? Well, I think it's a suck and blow situation here, to clean all this junk out of here. Now, could this junk be responsible for the behavior of the radio? the loss of volume after some operation. No, I doubt it very much. I think this stuff would cause a problem. If it was going to cause a problem, the problem would be apparent. But wow, that's really gunky. Look at it right down in there. Look at that. Sorry, it's tricky for me to move the camera accurately because the image I'm looking at is it's upside down right now. The probable cause of our problems would be one of these electrolytic capacitors, and from a guessing point of view. I don't have a schematic to look at. That's not very helpful. Throw it up in the mechanism here. What if the metal has come from the mechanism? Somehow the mechanism itself is grinding off metal. Well, maybe. Don't really see how exactly that would happen, but obviously there are moving parts. That can't be the answer. This stuff is distributed as a fine dust all over the place. It's not localized at all. Another possibility is the automobile airflow was set up to go through this thing. Now, this is not exactly a vented case, is it? It's a pretty solid case. That's really a mystery. And nothing is leaping out at me here. So I think the next step here is to get this thing connected together the way it's supposed to be connected. And then try to operate it a little bit. And see if I haven't ruined it at this point. But I think it survived all that. Dismantling. Oh, look at that control up in there. That's not looking very good, is it? Well, I suppose the automobile manufacturers were pushing the radio manufacturers to kind of reach the limit of what they could do in terms of radios and make them smaller, more reliable, things like that. So this is probably an example of pretty solid radio technology from 1968. Probably seeing some degree of a step ahead of everything else that was on the market. That's my guess. Yeah. Oh, look at that. What is that? That's a big one over there. Looks like almost like it has a metal case on it. What is that? That looks like a regular large electrolytic capacitor with a... Here's one right here. One right beside it. With a tube on it. And I have to guess that that's because the outside of the capacitor is at voltage or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's count them again here. 1, 2. Well, no, with big ones. 1, 2, 3. 3 big ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smaller electrolytic capacitors. Can I get at the bottom of this board now? No, I cannot. So I would have to lift the board out, but I see it's got these screws here. And I'm sure I could lift that board out and then replace those parts. I don't have that many electrolytic capacitors, come to think of it. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. We'll hook it up and get this thing playing. And now an interesting question is what's happened to the tuning, because the am I crazy? The tuning control is here somewhere. Where is it? I am crazy. I don't see any rotating tuning control on this radio. What am I missing here? Here's the here's a gear-driven piece. Sorry about the camera there. Here's a gear-driven. It's got teeth in it. There's nothing engaging with the teeth. Somewhere there must be a matching set of geared teeth. Well, there's another mystery. I couldn't, I was turning these front controls, trying to move the pointer, and none of them did. I don't see that any of these controls are connected in any way. I mean, these are electronic. This is an electronic control. And, well, this one has a funny arrangement on the back of it there. That must be it. That white piece there must engage. Must engage with something. Anything fall out? I didn't see anything fall out while I was doing this. Well, we won't worry about it at the moment. The next challenge is connecting these wires back up the way they should be. Figuring out power wire and speaker wires. And then getting up the gumption to apply a little bit of power to it. So that'll be the next one. Hey, thanks for watching this. Another big step forward.